FEDB Radio.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Step Into the Paranormal, episode 28. And if Ernie and I are suddenly looking shocked, we've discussed this on our last couple shows.
And I actually talked him into it.
He's got a camera upstairs.
I finally got a camera running upstairs. So
and literally, I'm setting everything to go live. Now my dog's barking, whatever it is. So I haven't had anything happen in almost 2 weeks, and so he put a camera up there. First of all, he's smelling alcohol up there.
Yeah, we like we said on our previous episode, things were happening while we were live. So it took some convincing, but I set an X camera up there and started it right before we started rolling. Funny thing, I this could just be my imagination, but as soon as Dave starts talking, nothing's went on in like 2 weeks, and I'm taking the camera out. I got this strong sensation, like somebody took a cotton swab with rubbing alcohol and rubbed it under my nose.
The dog is now barking at something again. I don't know if y'all can hear her, but I
got some reviewing tonight, so if I capture anything, I will go live immediately and let everybody know. Well,
we have a special guest for you. Bomb diggity bomb, dude. I'm excited about this one.
We've been looking forward to this one, and we were supposed to have this gentleman on a few weeks ago, but I had some personal issues, and we had to postpone, and he was gracious enough to come back with us tonight.
Namaste, brother.
So from the G crew,
without any further ado,
what's up, brother?
How are we doing, guys?
Oh, man. I don't know. Can you hear my dog actually barking up there?
No, I can't.
All right. Shit. I've had some weird. I don't know if I brought something home or I've had some weird things going on. I have cabinets open and close and slam. I actually had a refrigerator door slam behind me. As I was live on video, Ernie was at Fort Mifflin. I was talking to him. He's like, Dave, turn around. And I turned around and my cabinet door opened up. And he caught it. Yeah, I had it this way. And he's like, turn around. I'm like, okay.
But anyway, Josh, what we did was we came up with this idea that while Dave steps out to go to the store, run an errand, put a camera on that location, he don't want to review it. So I told him what we'll do is, man, we'll just set a camera up for about an hour, and then on one of our live episodes, we'll have it rolling while we're live and let the audience review it. So I got a camera rolling up there right now.
I have no issue investigating anywhere else on this planet other than my house.
Dude, I get it. Yeah, for real. Totally get it.
Josh, there's so many things I want to talk about, man, but I'm going to let you get the ball rolling. And
so for those who don't know, I'm going to let you tell about yourself, where you been, what you doing, how you doing, why you doing.
Get the ball rolling by whatever you want to talk about, brother.
Cool. No, first of all, thank you guys for having me. My name is Josh. I am a paranormal author, lecturer, investigator, filmmaker, and podcaster, whatever you want to call it, that we do, But yeah, I do. I wear a lot of different hats, and all of this fun stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
It's a
lot of fun though.
Tell us a little bit about the G crew, man. I know it's I don't want to say new, but newer than a lot of the things that's been going on.
Yeah, fairly new. I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm kind of lucky, I guess, for having to be a part of it or whatever. Like I was sitting around my house one day and I got a text message from Johnny Hauser, and he was like, hey man, what are you doing? I want to do or he was talking about what are you doing? And I was like, well, I'm doing nothing right now, but he's like, well, are you available for a phone call in 5 minutes?
Oh, hell was that?
Johnny doesn't call anybody.
Oh.
What was
did you hear that? Josh, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Something, Dave's workstation's in front of us, and everything started flashing.
Yeah.
The cabinets open upstairs, the light in front of us just flickered, and then there was a loud boom. You heard that, right?
I heard that. I heard the boom.
I don't know what the hell happened, man.
That's freaking sweet, though.
Sorry about this, man. This isn't nothing. I mean, we wouldn't.
Awesome.
But my heart's pounding. A few episodes ago, Dave's workstation just came on and went off out of nowhere. And I saw that. I was just explaining to Josh that this light right here in front of me, and I seen your computer start.
Holy shit, man. Sorry.
Is the camera still rolling?
Yeah, the camera's still rolling.
Wow, man.
Dude,
I thought there was an explosion.
Yeah, something right above us went boom, and I can't find anything. The camera's still there.
Holy crap.
I love it.
Continue on, fine, sir.
No, you're fine. I don't even remember what I was saying. God, that's freaking sweet, though.
See, Dave was just bragging about, you don't need to set a camera up. Ain't nothing happening in 2 weeks. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm setting the camera up. I'm glad I did now. But, that was I was just explaining that a few weeks ago during the episode, remember your computer stuff started getting hinky. And I heard it like pop on and pop off. And then the light started, not one of these lights, because we got studio lighting here, but the light in the ceiling started going on and off, and I don't know, we heard something hit upstairs and then like an explosion. And I can see right here, it's not no storm.
Yeah, there's no storm outside. Daylight out. Woo! So, hi, Josh. How you been?
All right. I'm doing all right.
Man, that was pretty freaky though, man.
Dude, that's freaking sweet.
So, you're welcome to come to my house to do an investigation if you like.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Josh, you were talking about when Johnny called you.
Oh, yeah. And that's what he said is like, oh, yeah, can you get a phone call in like 5 minutes? And Johnny doesn't call anybody. So I figured, somebody died, right? So I was like, I don't know what happened. And it was a group call between like Nick and Chad and Johnny and then me. And I was like, geez, but they said they wanted to do like a video podcast type thing.
Right.
And asked me to be a part of it. So hell yeah, I jumped on it. So, but yeah. But man, it's a lot of fun. We talked to everybody, professional athletes, musicians, ghost hunters. I mean, everybody really. We just like to sit around and talk shop.
That's awesome. I got a quick funny story, man. I loved back in 2014 when Chad had his show Ghost Walkers on.
Yeah.
So last year, at my job, we have to accumulate so many hours of training per year. So I got scheduled for this training class in Sykesville, Maryland, which is 20 minutes from where we live.
Yeah.
So of course I get there a little early and I'm driving to the location where the training is. Right next door to where I'm training was Springfield Hospital, where Chad was at on episode number 2.
That's awesome.
So of course, during my lunch hour, I was outside, taking pictures of the place, and it's an old abandoned hospital.
Oh, that's so cool.
Right next door to where I was training for that week, man. It was really
awesome.
Cool.
I love that. Dang. Did you get to go inside?
I didn't. No? I kind of bought some food and was standing around like a weirdo trying to eat and take pictures of this abandoned. Everybody that was in the class that knows me, they knew what I was. They're like, oh, there he goes. That's where he's going to be. But it's a very nice place, man. And even getting some outside photos of it, because our gun range is on the other side of the hill from it. So when we're actually on the gun range, you can see the hospital sitting off kind of like on the hill.
Wow.
It's really cool, man. Really cool. So I had to at least get some good outside photos, even though it was like 7 a.m. So
hey, whatever.
Yeah, man. What do you guys got coming up, man? Anything good?
Yeah, I mean, we're still just pumping out episodes, and it's the one thing I guess that it's been kind of nice. Like G Crew happened at a very good time anyway, just because like everybody got locked down. Well, we had already been in the process of like recording all of these episodes. And it's like, I mean, at least we took 2 days off in 1 month. I think it was the month of March. We took 2 days off. And other than that, we were recording an episode every single day and sometimes 2 episodes a day. Like it was ridiculous.
Right.
And then of course, editing all the stuff together and then putting it out. And now we've started to do like G Crew Lives and all of that fun jazz, where we get to bring in some of the patrons and all of that and chat with them. But I do know that like one thing that Nick really wants to do is G Crew Live at like different events, right? And like do a kind of like almost like a stage type of show,
right?
Where all of us sitting up there, almost like a panel, and probably just telling stupid jokes. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. But yeah,
stupid jokes and ghost stories.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's the fun stuff, right? But I do know like we're scheduled to be at the Texas Paracon next August. So not this August, but
we got we have a lot of friends that they're going to be in that. That sounds like it's going to be. If you ever need anybody to come on live and tell some stupid jokes, I can send Dave your way.
Very nice. Very nice.
I was actually invited to, last minute to a show that from another friend of ours, and somehow they were talking about these light up balls, but they were called cat balls.
It's the little light up balls that cats play with.
Yes. Well, they were using them as paranormal triggers.
Yeah,
and it just went south from there.
Just talking about balls.
Oh, we were talking about cat balls, and we were having. I have sound effects of cats going on, and it went from G to PG to R to oh my god, we don't even want to go there. Oh, it was hysterical. And Jody, love you. She's actually in the room, so
that is the best. I love it. God, man.
Josh, what's your? I got to bring this up, man, because I'm so stoked to come to Malvern where you're at, but what's your thoughts on the Paranormal Relief Project for May of 2021?
Hey, man, I'm stoked. I'm absolutely stoked. Like, number one, like finally being able to meet you guys like in person, that'll be awesome. Being able to hang out, talk shop, do our thing. You know what I mean? It's going to be an awesome event for an amazing cause anyway.
Yeah. And Josh, it has grown.
Yeah. It's I don't know, bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I don't know the last time you checked in with Tori, but it's huge, man. It's huge. We have so many people on board, and they're just as excited as we are. You know what I mean? I think because it's just the cause that's behind it. I mean, that was an amazing idea that she had.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
She popped in real quick, said she had to do some work.
Yeah.
She talked to us later.
We even have like 3 folks that are scouting locations in the United Kingdom.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's how this has grown.
Yeah.
That's so cool though.
That's how this has grown. But
man.
Yeah, we're looking forward to coming to Malvern, man.
Absolutely.
I've seen and read so much on that place, man. And when Tori, told me that's where she's going to be and you're going to be and all that, I was like, no way. You know what I mean? So
we're there.
But hey, Josh, you and I did meet, man.
Did we?
We met in Gettysburg with Eric Julian.
When was that? Like the last time I was in Gettysburg, I think it was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Maybe we did meet then.
We met before.
Yeah, that's before. Sweet, bro.
Yeah, we met before because I can't remember exact, but I saw a photo someone posted.
And Eric says it was in 2014.
It was you. You were there, and I recognized you, and I believe the banner, and the room you were in, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was there.
Oh, cool.
So anyway, but you know how it goes, man. After them events, you're kind of like, dizzy for 3 days.
Paranormal hangover.
Yeah, no kidding. It's
what's some of the happenings, man, at Malvern?
God, man, like seriously, it's funny. We have a group in here right now, and I was taking them through like on the tour and all of that, and a lot of them were commenting kind of like as we were going, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it feels weird over here," and then it feels really heavy upstairs. It's like, yeah, it kind of depends on where you're at in the building as to then what you're going to experience, what you're going to feel. It's insane. Everything from shadow figures to physical manipulation of objects, things that definitely shouldn't be moving that are moving right in front of your face. Oh my God, man. It's such a trip. Like it still trips me out. Like to see things like that.
How old is Malvern?
I don't know about the town itself. Now
No,
I do know like
sorry. How old's the
oh
man?
yeah. The building itself was built, construction began on this in the mid 1800s.
Wow.
And then by the late 1800s, it was in full swing as a hotel.
Wow.
It ran as a hotel all the way up until the 1950s. So it had a pretty good run there. And then it becomes a nursing home. The nursing home didn't last very long. The state of Iowa came in the 1970s and they shut them down because the hallways weren't wide enough to support transporting patients properly. And so this is where it then kind of shifts yet again and becomes the group home for mentally handicapped people or whatever. And you know what they deemed mental illness back then was quite different than what we do now. It's
Right.
Really. So the clientele here was fairly vast. You had people here with drug and alcohol abuse. You had people here with Down syndrome, very common type ailments that we see every day.
Right.
And of course, you had people on the opposite side of the coin, people with DID, excuse me, multiple personalities. Schizophrenics, even murderers are housed here. So this is a very eclectic population of people kind of coexisting together. Especially by today's standards, for sure. So,
how big is the building?
it is right at 10,000 square feet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
It's plenty of room to kind of spread out. Certainly not as big as some of the other locations that we're used to, but I mean, definitely comparable for sure.
Right. Wow. We're definitely looking forward to coming up there.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
It's going to be great having you guys for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, the dog is sitting right here.
Yeah.
And I'm still
Whatever.
hearing the footsteps up here.
We're here. We're still hearing the walking going above us, and Dave's
Your
dog
dog is right in front of you.
Yeah, my dog's
She's
right there
actually
in front of us.
she actually came down and laid down.
And lay down. Yeah, something's freaking around.
Yeah, whatever it was scared her.
Through that noise.
I tell you what, man, no kidding. That I thought your freaking house exploded.
I thought somebody like kicked in my door. Or
yeah,
something.
I can't because I heard it sounded like a boom, like something somebody dropped something, and then it was followed up by an explosion, like what sounded like an explosion. I was like, "What the hell's going on here, man?"
I mean, even for me on my end to hear it, it would have to be pretty damn significant, really.
Right. But it was strange though, Josh, because like I said, a few weeks ago, I was joking with Dave because he's got a big computer set up where he works at. And I was joking with him. I'm like, do them damn computers even work? And he goes, yeah, that's where I work from during the day. And the very next episode, we're sitting here and all four screens just power on at the same time.
Wow.
And then they're set on a timer to go back to sleep.
15-minute timer that if I haven't touched them, they go to sleep.
It lasted maybe 15 seconds
and then went out again.
And they went out again.
Whoa.
And I actually heard what caught my attention was we're sitting here and I actually heard them like trying to come on. And then that light started like
that's the second time
buzzing and flickering. And then it all went crazy from that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
See, man, aren't you glad I hooked that camera up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to know what's in my house. I don't want to know.
Josh, because you're co-owner of Malvern Manor, right?
Yes.
How'd you get into that, man? What led you that direction with the Malvern?
It was funny. It was actually, so back in like Gettysburg in 2014, I had the book, I had written this book called When Ghost Hunting Goes Wrong, A Brush with Evil. And I was selling the book and plugging it and all that stuff. And then decided, hey, I want to make this into like a documentary film. And it was night one of filming that we were just across the street here in Malvern at this place called the Classic Cafe. And they have like their own slew of paranormal happenings there, right? And they were nice enough to be like, hey, yeah, come on over and film, do your thing. Cool. I go over there and then I realize there's a bar that's attached to it. So noise contamination and all that stuff, like we could not investigate at all. Right. So I go outside, I'm like smoking my angry cigarette. And it was funny because this guy was out there doing the same. And he was like, hey man, what's with all the cameras? And I was like, yeah, this is where I lose a lot of people, right? Like, so he's either going to think this is really cool or that I'm like caca duty crap crazy. And he's like, oh yeah, that's really cool. He's like, I got this place. He goes, I really don't believe in this stuff at all. He goes, but there's some weird stuff that happens every once in a while. I can't really explain it. And he's like, yeah. And he gave me like a brief history of this place and all that. And I was like, where the hell is this place? He's like, oh, it's just right there across the street. I'm like, yep, pretty sure we just became best friends, buddy. You know what I mean? So
Right.
He was nice enough to say, yeah, come on over and investigate. And so, I mean, literally the first 10 minutes of the film, A Brush with Evil, is us literally stumbling upon this, which will then soon come to be known as Malvern Manor, which is super weird to watch in retrospect, so it was a happy little accident, really.
All right.
I kept in contact with him. I'm like, I really don't think you know what you have here as far as like what we are used to, like as far as like a location or whatever. I'm like, this place is insane and it has the history to back it up.
Right.
And I'm like, so I mean, he agreed to open the doors to the public. And I said, I will give the tours of the place. I will take all of the money from any overnight group or whatever, and I'll run it right next door to you, because he just lived right next door at the time.
Right.
And I'm like, the easiest money you've ever made in your life. Well, then 3 months or so later, he called me and he was like, hey, I got another job offer. I got to leave the area. I'm selling everything. And I was like, wait, like, don't, like, just maybe give me a few weeks. And we were lucky enough to get the damn building to keep it continuing what it's doing. So
right.
It's crazy, man, how it all kind of worked out like that.
What year did you take it over?
God, it would have been about 6 years ago now.
Oh wow, that long.
5 years ago. Sorry, 5 years.
You have I mean, you do well with the amount of groups and stuff that come through there.
Yeah, we stay pretty busy. Especially the weekends. The weekends are screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like at first when like the whole like coronavirus and shut down and all that stuff happened, I thought we were screwed for sure. I thought everybody was going to back out, and nobody backed out. They just pushed their dates back a little bit, which was fine.
Very nice.
I have now started a pretty interesting regimen of cleaning my butt off every single day. Like I come in here and I spray the place down with that hospital grade stuff that you just spray around and you don't touch it. You just let it sit. So I do that like before and after every group. You know what I mean? Like we're trying to take all the precautions necessary. Obviously we all have our masks and all that fun stuff.
Right.
But then, like when a group comes in, I show them around still. And they do their thing, man. So we're staying busy. So it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
As long as people are comfortable. Like that's the only thing that matters to me. Like as long as you're comfortable, what do I need to do to make you comfortable? I'm going to do it.
So Malvern Manor, you have weekday investigations as well, or not just on the weekends?
Yeah. So any day of the week, really. And we do, day tours as well every day except Monday. Because I figured, even God took a day off. So I might as well like take a day off. Right. So I'm like, yeah, Monday is a day for me. But yeah, so we do stay pretty busy.
What about the place got you hooked, man? That when the opportunity arose that it could be yours. I mean, anything significant happened that was like, oh man, I gotta get
honestly, like being here and like investigating as much. And then like I invited like the former nursing staff back here just to like walk me down memory lane. And then being able to correlate historical fact with things that we were getting.
Wow. I love that.
That is the best thing ever. Like, it's kind of like the paranormal and history kind of come together and shake hands. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty impressive. And I love history. I love that stuff. But it's like you're here every day and you're you're vacuuming the floors, and you're really putting work into the place. And
Right.
you start to develop a relationship with not only the building, but the resident spirits as well. And it's almost like a weird camaraderie / family type thing that you start to kind of feel. It's like this weird little tug on your heart. And that's why I was like, that's what kept me here, is like, I've fallen in love with the damn place, really.
Right. Yep. What part of Iowa is it in?
We're in the southwest corner of Iowa. So we're very close to Nebraska, and we're very close to Missouri as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like I GPSed it driving, and it's like 17 and a half hours.
Yeah, probably. It's all, bro. It's all.
I don't think we're going to be driving.
We're going to throw some Dramamine in his Kool-Aid, and then
nighty-night.
Mike King suggested riding our motorcycles up there, but there is no way in hell I'm riding my motorcycle for 17 and a half hours.
I like a nice ride, but not
17 hours. That's how many times we would have to stop for gas. But
yeah.
But yeah, what we plan on doing, Josh, I think we're going to get there like a day early.
Cool.
So we can, we just don't want to come in, investigate, and jump a plane back home, man. We want to take some time and see the area and get some good food and hang out with Harry for a while, and so
yeah, we should go out to dinner and just hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
absolutely.
There's a hello on the board from Dave Glidden to you.
Hey, sweetheart. Freaking love Dave. Love Dave.
Very cool.
But I don't know, man.
Give us one of the experiences from Melbourne, something that kind of freaked people out, because I love stories like that.
So for me personally, and this has happened 3 times to me. So like I said, like vacuuming the floors and all that, right? They really don't seem to like that, by the way. Like me vacuuming, they don't like it. So it's usually put in your earbuds or whatever, head down, do your thing, and get out of there. But going down to this area of the building that we call the nursing home wing, it was put on in 1956 to kind of accommodate the nursing home setting. Going back there, that's where people run into what they call the shadow man. It's a very tall, jet black humanoid figure that will bum rush you, basically. And it's traveling the distance, probably 40 feet in less than a second. It is moving that fast. And I went back there with a vacuum cleaner one day, and I'm just carrying the vacuum, kind of going around the corner, and here it is right there. And I flipped. And it was interesting. It was the day after Paranormal Lockdown aired. One of these nurses that I've kind of since befriended got a hold of me, and she said that, that area where he's coming from is room number 2. And room 2 used to be occupied by this gentleman who was 6'7". He was nonverbal. He was like mentally deranged. He had killed a few people in the past, but his little claim to fame, I guess, was whenever they were doing like their bed checks or rounds or whatever you want to call it, he would come out of that room and chase the nursing staff, almost like a game.
Right.
Very interesting to me that we're seeing similar behaviors. We're observing similar behaviors here, right? So maybe like suggesting something even residual in nature, because nobody's getting hit or scratched or punched or any of that horse crap. It's the second you flinch, it's done and over with.
Yeah.
Like the response you have is a very carnal response. Like it's like a fight or flight type of thing. Like your brain
already knows my fight or flight. I've left footprints on him before.
I'm telling you, man. So it was interesting to me just because, usually though with a residual type of a haunt, there's an antecedent, right? Something that would kick it into motion.
Right.
We don't know what that is, and we're trying everything from time of day, weather patterns, moon phases. We don't know.
We've all, you've heard the term millions of times, like playful spirits, and
sure,
even though based on what you said, when he was in his living body, what type of person he was and the things he's done, you know, even though he's 6'7" and monstrous and scary,
Yeah.
maybe he gets a kick out of, you know, since no one's being scratched or touched.
I'm 6'6". People think that I'm like this big grizzly bear, and because I talk loud, I've been called intrusive because of my size, my voice. I'm a teddy bear, but I get an enjoyment when I go and watch him jump like all get out.
But maybe he's just,
you never know.
Maybe he's just he gets a kick out of that, man. He's playful and uses his size and stature to, hey, watch what I can make these people do. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's one thing that fascinated me too, right? So it's like, here's a monster of a gentleman, right? Who cannot verbally relay information.
Oh, wow,
He cannot, let alone process emotions. He's just acting upon them as he sees fit. Now, what's interesting also is when he would chase the nursing staff, he would chase them all the way over to the kitchen, which is half a house away. Okay. He would chase them that far, but he would never go into the kitchen. He would stop himself at the threshold right there and then turn and just go back about his business. If he really wanted to hurt somebody, what better place than a kitchen?
Yep, absolutely.
Now, I wonder when, you know, in his lifetime or whatever, I wonder like if the kitchen area was off limits to him.
Maybe.
You know, and and he knows like, hey, we're not allowed in there, or we're not supposed to be, so the game stops there.
Right. Like it's been so ingrained into him that kitchen can't go in there. Sorry.
That's
it's weird, right?
That's crazy though, man. So a lot of people have experienced that.
They have, yes. Some people have even claimed to have captured this on video. Now, none of that video has been shared with me. Like it's weird, right? Like people take their evidence and just like hold on to it, right? It's like I just want to see
our mantra is paranormal love, one love.
Yeah, man. Like I just want to see it. To number one, I want to rip it apart, right? I want to see if they're messing with me or not. But I want to see if it is legit, if it's in fact legitimate, I want to see how it's behaving. And then I want to try to capture this again and see if the evidence correlates. I want to see if a time of day correlates. I want to get as much information as possible with all of this.
When we get there, send me down that hall, but because for some reason I get hit with all the scary. We were actually in a mansion and we just come and investigated this room. And as we're walking through, I hear on the back. And I turn and look, and there's something right here.
Oh, yeah.
The noise I made, dogs could hear. Ernie ended up with footprints on his back. And he thought I was actually having a medical emergency because I couldn't talk. I was trying to say there's something in there, and it came out sort of like. We actually took a thermal camera and turned around a floor camera. And you could actually see it on the floor.
Yeah, whatever Dave saw, it was actually starting to manifest in the archway in between the rooms. But no, he wasn't kidding, man. I thought he was stroking out on me or something.
I couldn't talk.
He was like that, like panic stricken, where he was motioning for words to come out, but
the thing was like right here when I turned. I mean, it's just like wasn't expecting it. And Ernie was right in front of me. I literally went over him to get by him.
Right. I had a similar experience in Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Where I had been looking at the ground, fiddling around with the camera, and I noticed someone standing in front of me, which I naturally thought was my wife, because we wasn't even there for paranormal stuff. We were just there. And as I started to look up, she had spoke and she was off to my right. And as I brought my eyes up a little bit more, I was starting to make out that it was like a frilly looking dress. And then whatever it was kind of like lunged at me. And I mean, just the panic that took over, because it's like when you walk down the hall and someone pops out on you, you know, that. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly like that.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm like a Shaggy. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Yeah, I'm like.
So freaking out of here.
Hunting is rule number one: if you see something paranormal, don't run.
Yeah.
And rule number two is unless your name is Dave.
Book it.
Yeah, Dave. I don't even know what to say, Josh.
Just don't get in front of me. That's all it is. I'm the tech guy, damn it.
He's a great. Man. I tell you what, man, he's the best. In my opinion, he's the best tech guy in the world.
Yeah,
and we've had some great, residential, commercial cases, and we put on a lot of events where we host groups, but.
They're attracted to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, it don't take much to spook this guy, man.
I'm gonna have a great.
Once I get my senses back, I'll turn around and go right back in. Okay, I'm there.
Tell Josh the story because I meant to bring up about skeptics. Tell Josh the story about the guy with the lantern.
Oh my God! All right, so we're at Haldeman Mansion up in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
and we're doing an event. Ernie has half the group. I have half the group, and this guy about my size proceeds to tell me that he is the ultimate skeptic. Our equipment is rigged, and this is bullshit. That's exactly what he said. He says, the only reason why I'm here is because my wife believes in this bullshit, and, you're not going to surprise me with anything. I said, all right, great. I said, my job as a paranormal investigation is not to show you a ghost. Yeah. You will, in this mansion, see something that you cannot explain, and I will make sure that you will see something you cannot explain. Yep. At the end of the night, I'm going to come to you, and I'm going to ask you, did I fulfill my promise to you? He's like, yeah, whatever. So we're walking up the steps, and at the top of the grand stairway is a young man who used to live there named Jacob. Mm-hmm. And we know him. He's a very interactive spirit. He loves touching, the lights. He loves touching the REM pod, loves it. So there's a left window over here, and this guy comes in, and he has this Coleman lantern that turns on the top. Sure. When it sets it in the window, turns it out. Now I go to the right window, set all my equipment up. Hey, Jacob, Mr. Dave, how you been, buddy? Long time no see. Hey, got a whole group of people that want to meet you. Why don't you come over here and kind of help me out here? By the way, this guy over here doesn't really think you're here. Can you come over and turn on one of the lights for me? And his lantern turns on.
That's awesome.
His look went. He goes.
Oh, my God.
Walks over to the window, picks up the light, and walks out.
Oh, he took off.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like,
oh, man.
So finish up with the group, about 15, 20-minute session with him. And I wanted to make sure he was all right because he just saw his first paranormal, whatever.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure he's all right. So I go out and find him. He's out in the parking lot having a cigarette by his truck. I'm like, first of all, are you okay? He's like, yeah. I said, now, did I fulfill my promise to you? He goes, absolutely. I said, great. I said, would you like to come back in and join us? He goes, nah, I'm good. He goes, because that place is haunted.
But see, the thing that made it cool was Dave was doing the old,
flashlight.
Yes, flashlight, no flashlight.
Yeah.
And they were interacting with the yes and no, but when that transpired with the skeptic, his light came on, not the flashlight. So
love it.
Will answer you yes and no. He's learned how to manipulate them.
Sure.
We have videos up on our YouTube about it. It's really cool. But he's one of those spirits. He will play with it. I actually have a yes no box because I got it for the skeptics. That Jacob will actually come and play yes and no with you.
Wow.
So he's a very active spirit there, and he'll talk to you. He'll play with you. We actually were doing a preliminary investigation there, and somehow we got onto the point where maybe there's something hidden in the house that's keeping him here. And our REM pod went off. And it's like, okay, that was weird. It's like, hey, Jacob, is there something hidden under the floor? And it went off again.
Dang.
And hey, Jacob, and this is a preliminary investigation before the group even got there.
Yeah.
I said, Jacob, is it in that room? Nothing. Jacob, is it in that room? Nothing. Jacob, is it in that room? It rings.
Well, it's funny because you're talking about the floor.
The floor, yep.
Dave and I, we did a seminar there, followed by an investigation, and Mike King and Lori, both from Nick's show, Ghost of Shepherdstown, they were our special guests. And Lori and I took half the group and were investigating. Now, this was Lori's first time at the mansion. And she took me, which later I found out is where all this went down with Dave. She took me to a certain room, to a certain corner, and said, I'm not, exactly sure at this point, but there's something buried way down under these floorboards.
Now, the interesting part is I went into the room, started pointing. Is it there? Nothing. Is it there? No. Is it there? Is it there? Is it right there? Ring.
Wow.
I'm like, all right. So I walk over, and you can actually see there's loose floorboards there, but because of the historic mansion, we can't pull them up.
Sure.
So later on in the evening, I walked over to Ernie, and I'm like, dude, check this out. And I just told him what happened. And he's like, you're not going to believe this. Lori went up there.
Yeah.
So we're like, so we told Laura, who was actually in charge of the paranormal program, they won't let her pull it up, but you can feel the boards are loose right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know what's there.
Dude, yeah, no kidding.
Hey, that was bummed out, Josh, that the Gettysburg Bash got canceled, wasn't it?
Yeah. I was bummed out too, honestly. I was ready to roll.
Man,
but
so a bunch of us still kept our reservations and went up for the weekend.
I saw that.
Yeah, it was nice. we jumped around from spot to spot, and they had like a Hawaiian style get together for it. It was good, man. It was all. Of course, it was not the bash, but a few of us still got to hang, and it was good though, man. We're just looking forward to next year.
Have you been to the bash yet?
I've been to. Well, I don't know if it was the Battlefield Bash.
Yeah, you definitely got to go there to the Wyndham because first of all, their breakfast buffet is just. Come on now, I'm a fat boy. It's off the chain. It's worth the stay just for the breakfast buffet.
Yeah, I'll tell you how good this hotel food is so good. I was up there the whole entire weekend. I went up on a Thursday, and other than grabbing a bite one morning at Sheets, I ate every meal at this restaurant, and that's the way it's been every year at the Bash. Their food is amazing.
I love it.
But next year is going to be good, man. It's a lot of fun.
Eric is asking, do you have any new books or documentaries coming out?
I do. I'm working on something right now, which is the first time I've ever done like a cryptid type case. And so last year, me and some buddies went out camping and looking for like a cryptid type deal. So that should be coming out. God, man, I want it out by the winter. By the time the snow starts flying, I want it out. So yeah, soon.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It should be
Can
fun.
you give a sneak preview of it? Just
So back, check this out. So it was back in it's in this little town. It's called Van Meter, Iowa. And Van Meter, there's not many people like in the town at all. But this was back in like 1903 when this happened. It was on like 4 consecutive nights at the end of September of 1903. A bat-like winged creature that was massive was spotted, and it was spotted by. I mean, it wasn't just like your town drunk that was seeing these things. These were the banker in town saw it, and back then you lived above your business generally, back of the business, and in this case, the banker was no different, and he had come down because he heard some sort of disturbance, and there was this thing right outside of this big bay window of the bank. This guy takes a shotgun and blasts this thing. Right? Blasts this creature. He knows he hit it. It does nothing to this thing. It just takes off. That's it.
Hell no.
Now, other people had seen this thing, and it was like on top of like this pole of some sort, and it came down the pole, very similar to like what a parrot would, like how they kind of like come down like that. Again, they're taking shots at it. Nothing is happening. Now, on the last night that this happens, the whole town has heard about it by now, and they're ready. They have like, from everything that I've read, there's a really cool book about the Van Meter monster by Chad Lewis. It's really, really good. But he says there was more ammunition that would take down the Spanish Armada. Like they were ready to roll. You know what I'm saying? And they end up chasing this thing outside of town into this old coal mine. It goes into the mine. And then naturally, as you would probably do in 1903, what did they do? They dynamite blast the freaking mine open so it just closes down and collapses, right? And so whatever was down there is still down there. and that's where we camped. That's where we camped, was right on that mine. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was pretty cool.
I will do paranormal. I don't do cryptids. Sorry.
I tell you, man, like, it was interesting though, because we're out there and we're trying to discover or get some form of whatever. And we had very high tech, like listening equipment and devices that we were trying to listen down into the mine itself. All sorts of fun stuff. What actually ended up happening, we still have no clue how to even wrap our heads around it. Like, I can't wait for everybody to see this, but it was ridiculous. We had equipment set up because this is right next to a railroad track as well. So we had some equipment sitting on this railroad track. Well, we end up hearing this train, and it's coming in hot. So we're like, yeah, get the toys, get them off the track. You know what I'm saying? And so we're filming all of this, and sure as crap, like, there's a train coming, and it's about to just turn the bend or whatever. There's no train.
Oh,
there's no train. This happened 3 different times.
Oh, snap.
The exact same time that all that bull crap is happening, up in the sky, there's all sorts of fun stuff going on up there. Like, I don't know what is wrong with Iowa, but like, something is really weird here. And so, like, the things that we were experiencing, like, it's the first time I've ever in my life heard Johnny Hauser say the words, "I want to go home." Like, never has Hauser said that.
Well, you know what, man? Hopefully Iowa wants to show its ass in May when Dave and Mike and I come up there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's Corey saying maybe we could conjure up a cryptid for David and Ernie on their visit. It would be a memorable experience. Yeah, you're going to see a Scooby-Doo moment.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
That's Dave. I don't
Hey, look, turn this way. See the footprints?
I don't frighten very easily. Well, at least I may frighten easily. I just hide it better.
Yeah,
No, I understand that.
you haven't talked to my soon-to-be ex-wife. No.
Oh yeah.
I actually passed her. I passed her on the way here today.
Godspeed.
That's a whole
another ball game.
That's a whole new book right there, buddy.
What's the show? Portals to Hell? No.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Hey. No, you know what frightened me about that explosion at the beginning of the show? That might be real, man. We might be trapped in here.
Got it rigged up.
That's terrible, man. Bad. We shouldn't joke like that. Oh man. Josh, we can't tell you how much we appreciate you spending a Sunday with us, man.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
We were really looking forward to this. And
so give me a quick rundown. How can people find you? How can people get to your books? How can people get to your movies? Give the quick list down.
Really, if you just go to joshhurd.net, you'll be able to find the books, the films, all that fun stuff. And then even like there's links for Malvern as well. So you can check out that website as well. And yeah, absolutely. It's all pretty much right there. The one-stop shop, you know.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Very cool. We, if we don't, because, you know, I don't know what's going on with this virus, man. It's one day it's all fine. Next day it's all locked down.
I know.
If we don't catch up with you, man, before then, we will definitely see you in May. Well, actually, it'll be the end of April because the event's May 1st, and we plan on getting up there a little bit early.
Heck yeah.
You know, so we definitely looking forward to that, man. Besides it being an amazing
venue
project that Tori come up with. I mean, just the idea behind it and the fact that we're going to Malvern Manor. I can't,
dude. I'm like,
when I told Dave where we were going, he was jumping up and down like
that's awesome.
Really looking forward to that. So
Tori is saying that she, sincerest, heartfelt thanks for all you guys for participating in the project, and it means the world to her. Her heart is full. Love you, Tori.
Yeah, it's absolutely our pleasure. Heck yes.
Well, Josh, you keep in touch, my brother, and anything good happens at the mansion or in Iowa itself, please let us know, man, because it's just building their excitement to come there.
Please, you're a part of our Paranormal Inc. website. Anything you want to post in there, God bless. We love it.
Awesome, guys. Thank you.
We love paranormal love, brother, for real.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
And when you talk to Johnny and Nick and Chad, tell them Dave and I said what's up. And,
I will.
And we wish you guys all the best, brother.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for this.
And we will see you in like what, 8 short months?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Sir. Have a good rest of the weekend, man. Thank you, Josh.
You guys too. Thank you, guys.
God bless. One love, brother.
Bye.
What a fun guy.
God,
man.
I love him. You know, I'm so stoked about going there. I mean,
now before we cut off, man, what the hell was that upstairs?
There was nothing. I looked up there. The doors are locked.
I don't know.
The bars are on.
Because you ran upstairs and Josh kind of like didn't say, and I was like, Josh, I apologize for this, but this is unexpected. But what I don't know if you know, go back and watch this episode.
Oh, definitely.
I started hearing, you know how your computer before it comes on,
right?
That's what I started hearing. Like the first time it came on.
If you heard the clicks over there, that was an electrical something surged.
Well,
electric.
That's what got my. And I seen your computer's doing something, and then all of a sudden
the lights flickered.
The lights flickered,
and I'm like, "What is going on?" And then when I
heard what something sound like something hit the floor.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, as that light starts to shimmy again, I don't know what the hell that explosion was.
I had no clue, guys. Yeah, the people who just came back in, Teresa, you're gonna definitely roll this back at the very beginning.
Yeah,
something wicked went down as soon as we.
But guess what? Ernie's camera was rolling.
Yep. So we'll have to see what it was. I went up there, and all the cabinets were open again. I closed them, so if they're open again when we go back up, we'll know it. Weird stuff.
I just can't explain that.
I can't.
I mean, all joking aside,
yeah.
I mean, this whole paranormal thing went out the window. When I heard, Josh even heard it.
Yeah.
But when I heard what sounded like an explosion, I thought your freaking house exploded upstairs.
I don't know what
I honestly did.
There was nothing.
And right here to Dave's left is a window. It's up high, but it's a small window, and I can see directly outside. And
it's daylight.
It's
still daylight.
Nice
I can look at it.
Daylight out. Like, I have no idea, man.
Yeah, Teresa says she will watch it. Yeah, well, Teresa, you've heard us talking about on the shows that something's going on in the house, but in the very beginning of this episode, something happened upstairs. I went running up.
I gotta be.
I can't find it.
I gotta be honest though, man. That explosion sound. I swear, man. I don't even.
It sounded like a grenade going off. That's.
I guess because of work, I'm thinking of gas leaks,
gunshots,
and I'm like, man, holy crap, man! It's like a gas explosion upstairs. That's what I thought.
Dave Haney says, "Nice shirt."
Hey, man. Thanks, Dave.
Well,
but hey, Dave, I just posted the updated. All we're missing is Porter, man. But I posted the updated photos of me, you, and Julian. So that's awesome, man. I absolutely love it. I saw you had yours on Thursday night on your show, so I like it.
Nice.
Old bald dudes paranormal. Guys, next week or 2 weeks is going to be a cool episode. It's going to be all about Fort Mifflin. I was so blown away when I went there. We're having Greg O'Brien. He is the man down or up there at Fort Mifflin. He's going to join us. And I don't even know if you've seen this, man, because this was late last night. I scheduled it, but on August 30th, we're having Jack Kenna and Carly Hall, which is going to be amazing, man. Jack, I mean, he could take up weeks with stories based on his show, Haunted Case Files. And I was with Jack not this weekend, but last weekend. I was with Jack and Carly, and Jack and I just kind of went aside and was talking, and he was telling me stories, and amazing guy. Him and Carly's going to be so much fun. I've been looking forward to having them on there. And, so, guys, have a good week. And
definitely everybody watching, go back to the beginning of this once I post it.
And the funny thing is, like I said,
you saw me jump like a frog.
That explosion sound was real. There's nothing going on outside. No sirens. No.
My front door's locked. My sliding locked.
The electric's on. Nothing. So best thing I can do is I'll be up all night tonight, so I will be reviewing my X cam that I
Yep.
got upstairs.
Yep.
Aren't you glad I turned that on?
You'll see
now?
me go in. You'll see that I actually went in, and it's like, oh god, the cabinets are.
Dave,
You'll see me go in there.
I kid you not, man. I honestly thought. Excuse me. I honestly thought a section of your house exploded. It was so loud where we're at that I actually felt the vibration in my chest.
But what got me was the electric before it. It flickered.
And there's nothing going on.
Nothing.
There's no bad weather. There's no nothing.
Yep.
I don't know, man. I'm just glad we hooked that camera up there.
Tori says, I have a feeling we're going to be sharing a lot of laughs. Yeah, I call it the Scooby-Doo effect.
Tori, if you missed it, because I know you're jumping in and out because you're at work, but we were discussing with Josh about getting to Iowa a little bit early next year, in the summer, and he was like, "Come on up early. We're all going to hang out, tell war stories and go to dinner, and it's going to be fun.
That's going to be a blast.
As long as my plane don't crash."
Love you too, Christina. Thank you. So, all right, guys. Well, that's about our time for the week, and we will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks with Greg O'Brien from Mifflin, Fort Mifflin. And real quick before we go, our most sincere thoughts and prayers go out to Dina Holmes. She's having some health issues right now. We love you guys. We love you and Anthony so much. You were absolutely awesome. And I can't even. Yeah. It's just
you're on our mind,
Anthony.
sweetie.
If you I messaged you yesterday. If you need anything, you know where I'm at. At a certain time of night, just give me a buzz or whatever if you need anything, and we will continue to pray and see you guys soon when Dina recovers. So,
amen. All right, guys. Peace out.
Thanks for watching.
Love you.